Hi, my name is Jim Mulholland with Mulholland Realty and SciFiRealEstate.com, and this is video number 2 on my 30 videos in June video blogging series here. Video 1, I talked about the things I liked about the master plan community of Bridgeland off of Fry Road near Highway 290, south of Highway 290. So today I'm going to talk about the things I dislike about Bridgeland. So first and foremost is location. So in the back part of Bridgeland, where they're building now, back near the cove where the model homes are, to get from that area to Highway 290, the freeway, the closest freeway area, takes about 15 minutes. So it's about 4 or 5 miles. But going through all those small community streets and then down Fry Road with the lights, it takes about 15 minutes to get to 290. And then it's about 28 miles from the intersection of Fry and Highway 290 to downtown Houston. So if you're commuting from Bridgeland to downtown, your commute is going to be pretty long. Not to mention Highway 290 is, by most accounts, the worst freeway to drive on in the Houston area. So that's probably the biggest drawback. A close second is the tax rate. The mud tax in Bridgeland is about 1.5% total, which means your total property taxes is going to be between 3.7, 3.75 in that range, which is pretty high even for Houston, even for Texas. Typical rates are usually in the 3% range. There's some subdivisions like Lakes of Roseville and Lakes of Fairhaven that don't have mud districts, and their tax rate is 2.2. So that can make a pretty significant difference in your monthly mortgage payments. So something to keep in mind when you're looking to build in Bridgeland. Another thing that I don't really care for is the streets, especially the streets where homes are on, are very narrow. So if you have a car parked on either side of the street, I'm not sure in some streets if you can have a third car go between them. They're that narrow. And speaking of narrow, the homes are pretty close together in a lot of the sections in Bridgeland. It's another drawback. So not only are they close together, built on 50 and 55-foot lots, but the prices you pay to build on those 50 and 55-foot lots are going to be equivalent to a 65-foot lot in Cypress Creek Lakes, for example, in terms of price, which is across Fry, or Black Horse, which is right next door. So you're paying a premium for a smaller lot to live in Bridgeland due to all the amenities that I spoke about in video number 1. Another drawback, which is kind of a hidden drawback, is when you sell a house in Bridgeland, you have to pay a fairly significant fee to the homeowner association when you sell. So I think between 1/2 and 1%, somewhere in that range of just an extra fee you pay when you sell a home. So something to keep in mind as an extra expense of your total home price. So if you sell a house for $300,000, you could be paying $1,500 to $3,000 back. So another drawback, Bridgeland was built on the Katy Prairie, so there are essentially no trees where the homes are. So Bridgeland has planted a ton of trees, which is one of the positives I mentioned in the previous video, but it's going to take a while for the trees to get to be really big and nice looking. However, it is built on Cypress Creek, and there's a ton of big beautiful trees on the creek and on the other side of the lake in Bridgeland, which is really nice and pretty to look at as you're driving to and from, in and out of the neighborhood right there on Bridgeland Parkway. So, all in all, I actually really like Bridgeland, but it's always good to see two sides of every story. So these are the dislikes. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.